around you so you can find it. All right, so we're just going to start by shaking it up a little bit here. Nice and relaxed through the knees and the hips and the shoulders. And just start to breathe in through your nose. And you can choose out through your nose or out through your mouth. And again, inhale up. And exhale out. We're just going to limp it up with what we call the big 8. You're going to take your hand just above the left collarbone, and you're just going to do a nice light rub and then a nice light tap. We're just going to get the energy flowing on the right side above the collarbone. Good. Keep your feet moving. Just sort of shift around and a tap. Then we're going to go below the collarbone. Nice light rub, opening up our lymphatics. Remember, your lymphatics is how we remove toxins, and the best way to open up your lymph is breath and movement, and 10 little taps. And again, under the right. And don't worry if you get your rights and lefts mixed up, because I'm backwards to you. Just do one side and then the other and tap. Good. Right in your sternum. Rub, rub, rub. You can also tap in the thymus tap. Notice how your breath starts to open up as we do this. And you get this need to have a spontaneous breath in. Good. And then in your abdomen, between your ribs and your pelvis, just rub up and down or side to side. Doesn't matter. Just moving. Opening up the lymphatics. There's so many lymph nodes in our abdomen. We need to clear those. And then a little tap. Then we go front of the hip. Rub, rub, rub. Feeling warmer already. And again, taking those big, beautiful breaths in. Breath is life through the nose and tap. And then we go into the inner thigh, from the inner knee up to the hip. These are working, also stimulating different points in your body, from your intestines and your abdominals. Tap, tap. And back to the knees, bend your legs here so your back is nice and supported. Tap, tap, tap. These are where the major clusters of lymph is. And then just on the top of the feet and the inside of the ankle. Rub, rub, rub. Good. And then tap all the way up, all the way up. Good. All right. Woo, that feels good. All right. So parallel feet. We're going to take a big breath in, lift up. And now we're going to roll forward as you exhale and arms come down. Chin nod forward. Picture each vertebra going up and over. You're welcome to bend your knees as much as what feels good for you. Let your head hang. And when you're there, just let your upper body swing forward and back. Allow the back of your neck to relax and open. Pause right there. Take a breath in. As you exhale, press down equally into both feet. Scoop up through your abdomen as you restack one vertebra at a time. And take a breath in, arms up. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, arms down. Each vertebra up and over. Head and shoulders relaxed and heavy. Feel free just to shake them a little bit. Move those shoulders and arms up and down, up and down. Letting go. Take a breath. Knees can be nice and bent here. Exhale, press down into your feet. Scoop through your abdominals. Restacking that ground center line. Take a breath in. We'll stay standing here. And exhale, arms come all the way down. Nice. Take your feet apart and just start to shift side to side, side to side, rolling through the foot from your toe to your heel. Put your body into it. Put your pelvis into it, pressing out through your hips. Start to incorporate your ribs. Let the ribs reach. Good. And now let's take the arms into it. And finding your breath, breathing in, and work at your own pace. If you want to move at a slightly slower or slightly faster pace than me, just be with you and your body and what feels good. And as it takes over, you can start to make the movement a little bigger. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. And we'll do this 4 more times. Really stretch through your arms. Pump through your legs, take it center and round your back and open. So my knees are bent. I'm really focusing on tucking my pelvis and rounding my upper back and then opening the chest. Allow your head just to follow where your spine goes. Think of your head as a big vertebra, and wherever your spine or sternum goes, your head follows with it. Good, staying with your breath, breathing in through your nose, and exhale through the mouth. Last two, and forward. Good, and forward. Excellent, and bring it back to center. Awesome, bringing your feet parallel. We're gonna take your right arm up. It could be your left, it doesn't matter. And I want you to reach through from your ribs. So rather than tensing the shoulder and reaching, relax there, open through the ribs. Now with your other hand, push down. So we have energy going down and energy going up. Just let your head be where it's comfortable. Now keep your hands flexed. So you're pushing the heel of your palm to the ceiling and pushing the heel of the palm to the floor. And breathe in. Keep that tension in the arms and coming back to center. And now relax your shoulders, but press the hands out. This is a beautiful neural stretch. You might be feeling some energy going all the way down, out through the heel of your palm. And then we switch. So now the left hand is up. Reach the hand up, but use that to expand the ribs versus tensing the upper traps. And then press this arm down and reach. Now find some breath. Breathe into the expansion. And exhale. And then come back to center and press. Now I'm not just reaching from the hand, I'm reaching from the center of my sternum, and I'm reaching from the center of my spine. As I feel my shoulder blades widen, I feel my collarbone open. And it's almost that sensation as you reach through the upper arm, through your elbow, that the bones themselves are lengthening. Good, and bring it down and just shake it out again. Excellent. All right, so we're ready to roll. We're going to use the band. Again, if you don't have it, no problem. At any time, if you need to modify, you're feeling the tension is too much, just drop the band. This is simply to give us some variety. So I've got my band open. Ideally, it's flat and wide, not crinkled. You're going to step your feet on the band, and then you're going to cross the band, get some nice tension, right? So you can modify by having less tension or intensify with more tension. And then you're going to bring your hands onto your hips, draw your shoulders down and back. Good. So we have a little bit of a turnout at the hips, the knees, and the feet. Remember, you always want your knees and feet tracking where the hips are. A little bit of connection through the mid-back, and we're just going to squat down and up, down and up. And what I want you to see, it's a bit of a plie motion where, because my hips are open, my knees are also turned out. So the hips are turned out and the knees and feet follow. What you want to check for is that you're not letting the knees collapse in. We want to keep it open, keep the entire foot planted. We press down and press up. Now, taking the arms down and pull up. And what we want to make sure of here, what's most important is that you're lifting from the deltoid, leading with the elbow. Wrists stay straight and strong. Neck and shoulders, easy. I'm just using my arm. It's enough tension that my arms can move and do the work without having to over-recruit. And up. Good, down. It's a little bit of a shoulder blade squeeze, a little bit of the elbows coming back, but not to emphasize so much that you're pushing your ribs forward. So keeping the ribs in, abdominals lifted, and it's just a pull and a hold. Good. A pull and a hold. Let's do two more. A pull and a hold. Good. And now hold. Anchor onto your hips again. Bring your feet in a little bit closer. Tighten the tension if you choose. Now, with the knees a little bit bent, we're simply going to step to the right, come back, and this might be your left, I think, and bring it in. Let's go the other way. Out. Now, when you step, you want to flex the foot, and you want to push the foot out a little bit so that the foot doesn't turn in. We want to make sure that the ankle stays nice and stable. Now, the focus here is on side hip, on glute knee. So what I want you to do is stabilize the ankle, lift from the hip, and then squat. right? So we've got the ankle stable, lift from the hip, and squat, and other side, out, down, good. Ankle stable, lift from the hip. One more each way, from the hip, and in, good, from the hip. And if you don't have a band, your weight of your leg against gravity will cause the tension. Now, if you want a little more tension, crank it up now that we've got it, and we're gonna step backwards. So we're still gonna push out, but kick back and step. Kick back and step. Let's do 2 more. If you don't have room, you do 2 steps back, 2 steps forward. And then here we go. Kick out and in, out and in. So we've got the side hip, your glute med working as you step, and now we go back. So we're lifting and taking it back. That's it. So we want to feel the side hip, your glutes activated. Good. So depending on how much room you have, my knees have a little bend to them. They're nice and relaxed, and I'm moving from the hip. All right, let's do 1 more round here. So we go back. These are called monster walks, by the way. Ankle is stable, pushing out from the side of your foot, and then moving from your hip. Last time to come forward. Looking good, everyone. Nice work. And we go forward and forward. Nice. Now, uncross, uncross. And you're going to pull down nice and low. Feet are still apart. Knees are still a little open so that your side hip has to do some stability. We're going to squat, and as you stand, you curl. We squat and we curl. And down and up and down. Good. I thought we'd start standing today. Work some of our big muscles to begin. Just getting our bodies nice and warm with this cold winter weather. Good. Down, and as you come up, thinking again of the ground center alignment I talk about so much in class, where you're pressing down into the floor with your feet, tightening through your tummy and lengthening through your spine up through the crown of your head. And up 2 more times. And press, good job. And press, awesome. All right, so you're gonna come off your band right here. And we're gonna take the band around your back. And again, if you don't have the band, just do the arm motion. You'll get all you need. You're gonna tighten up that band so your hands are nice and close to your body. And we're gonna press out and in. So I've just got a wide leg bent knee stance. So my legs are nice and stable. And as you press out, focus on your upper tract softening. And really where we want to operate from is the triceps. So we press out and in. Now my arms are going slightly forward. Slightly forward. Awesome. Out. And now we'll press out and do 3 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, and down. From the mid-back into the triceps. So whenever we're moving through our arms, whether we're pushing or pulling, that energy comes from the mid-back, from the strength and stability of your ribs. Press 1, 2, 3, and down. 1 more time. 1, 2, 3. Now, bring your feet closer together, standing a little taller. We're going to take your arms out. Again, watch the shoulders down and back. Tighten the tummy, stand tall. We're going to rotate. Rotate, rotate, and bring it back to center and bend your elbows. Shoulders down and back, abdominals lift up and in. As you rotate for 3, think of spiraling up from your spine, out through the crown of your head, come back to center and down. And again, from the mid-back, tummy's in, back is strong, sniff, 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 and center. Good, and last time, press out and we rotate, 2, 3, 4, center and down. Good job, getting those arms going. It's great to get out there and walk and hike and do these things, but we need to get the upper body in there as well. All right, so we're gonna come down to the floor. The safest way to get down to the floor is if you take 1 leg forward, come down onto a knee, and then use your hands and to a seated position. Great. So now we're going to take the band and open it up and place it under your feet. The wider you can get it across the foot, the more stable it will be as an anchor. If you don't have a band, you can just have your feet flat on the ground like so. I'm just going to move my camera so you can see my mat a little bit better there. Good, awesome. All right, good. If you've got the band, then you have to keep your feet flexed so that you hold on to the band. Now, give yourself some good tension, and in this case, the band is going to help you. It's going to give you some support. Knees together, feet together. Take a breath in through your nose. As you exhale from the lower abdominals, you want to come into that scoop. As we hold the scoop, your heels are on the ground, or your feet if you're not using the band. Neck and shoulders relaxed, eyes are forward. So notice I haven't slumped in my upper body. I'm keeping it strong and stable, and the focus is right here. Pause with an inhale. And exhale as the band draws your arms forward. Use your abdominals to press your ribs back until you come up and sit tall. Again, as you exhale, shoulders down, abdominals in. Drawing from your lower abdominals, sink belly to spine, draw up and in under your ribs. Pause for another breath in, and exhale. As your arms get drawn forward, use your abdominals to press the ribs back. Without the band, it's the exact same exercise. We go back with the breath, finding that scoop, and exhale, draw belly to spine. If you feel any strain in the low back, it means you might not be scooping. You could be pushing the tummy out. Make sure you're drawing it in. The option, if you have a cushion, is to put it behind your low back, and you can support from there. Or you can use your hands behind your legs and assist that way as well. Let's do this one more time. We curl back as we exhale. Pause, take a breath. The control is where the work is. And then we come all the way up and stay. Straighten your legs out, feet are flexed, and we pull, squeeze, hold, and return. What you want to check here is that you're keeping your ribs in, that as you bring your arms back, you're not letting your ribs thrust forward. Instead, you're pulling them in, sitting right up on top of your sits bones. Modification would be to bend your knees, and that might allow you to sit a little bit taller. So find a spot that's comfy. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're still feeling tension in the hips or low back, just sit yourself up on a pillow or a block. If you have a chair nearby, you could do this sitting up on a chair. So what's most important is that you're sitting up tall and that you feel strong and stable in this position. Good, let's just do two more. Pull, squeeze, pause, hold, and release one more time, and pull and release. Good. All right, so keep that band nice and wide around your feet. And if you don't have the band, you can do this roll down just the same. Sitting tall through your body, breath in. As you exhale, we start by getting the pelvis motioning. Think of your pubic bone coming towards your belly button. Now here, the band can assist you. So if you have a sort of stiff spot in your spine, relaxing the shoulders, and then we come all the way down, then the band can assist. So we come up, inhale to nod forward, feel the band pulling your arms forward, and then exhale, draw your abdominals in, and that in effect pushes the ribs back, creating this oppositional tension. If you don't have a band, here's how we go without the band. We take a breath in and roll back. We exhale. Once the pelvis comes down, your heels stay still. This way your arms can come overhead. Inhale to your chest lift. Exhale, contract your abdominals to come forward. If you don't have a band and you need to modify, here's how we go. You start to roll back. You bring one leg up. You use the support of your leg to help you back. And then the leg comes down. We take a breath into your chest lift. Take your hand behind your leg. You're still using your abdominals, but you're just using a little bit of the assistance of the leg to help you roll up. So lots of choices. Pick what feels best for you, and we'll do two more. So as the pelvis comes into position, the heels will slide. But as soon as you're on your sacrum, keep your heels right where they are. That means your hip flexors have to release and let go. Inhale to your chest lift. Feel the band pulling the arms. Allow the arms to be drawn forward. Exhale, abdominals, press your ribs back and come up. Now, to take your left foot, I'm taking my left foot out of the band, and we're going to roll down, holding with just the right. And then when you come down, you're going to bring your right leg all the way up. Now, if you don't have a band, you just do the exact same thing. If you do, choke up, press your elbows to the mat. So foot is flexed, left leg is anchored. Think of pressing your hamstring down into the mat, and we take your leg around. And this feels so good with the band, doesn't it? It's like you're driving the motion of the leg with the band. So leg comes across, it's like a sweep and a catch. It's a sweep and a catch. And the breath goes like this. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's go the other way. Here we go. We go around. So the idea here is that you have stability in your pelvis and mobility in your hips. So this is what we call a differentiation motion, where we're differentiating what stays still and what's moving. Play with the band so you get the smoothest motion possible. Let's go one more breath cycle. Inhale and exhale. Now hold that leg up, but you're going to bend your other leg so your foot is planted. We're going to lower the leg down and bring it up. You're going to lower the leg down and bring it up. So here the band is assisting us. So if you don't have a band and it feels too much with the straight leg, you'll just do it with the bent leg, like so. We're going to go one more time, lower down and bring it up. Now, hold it here. You're going to stand into your left foot and lift your pelvis up and then bring it down. Make sure your knee is lined up with the center of your hip. And by pressing into that left big toe, that will help to keep your knee alignment and help to get a little inner thigh for better hip stability. Beautiful. We're going to exhale, press up. Inhale, come down. A modification, 2 feet on the ground. So this would be your modification to bridge up using your glutes and come back down. Bridge up 2 feet and bridge back down. Let's just do one more time. Bridge up and come back down. Put your left foot in. Extend your right leg out. Anchor your elbows down. Relax your shoulders. Reach on your ground leg, your hamstring to the mat. Flex your left foot, the one that's in the air. We cross over midline with an inhale and then an exhale. Inhale. Once we get the motion, focus on what's staying still. Focus on the stability of your torso, including your pelvis, and your lengthened leg on the ground. Change directions. Inhale. Exhale. A further modification, band behind the knee, or you can just bend the knee with no band. Good. So if you do this again, I'll post these on YouTube. You will have a preempt of what your modifications can be. And one more breath cycle. And exhale. We're going to bend the other leg. Place your full foot down. So you want to make sure you can use your toes, your forefoot, and your heel. We lower the leg down and we bring it up. Again, if you don't have a band and doing this with a straight leg, you're feeling tension in the back or in the hip. It's where a core comes in. You can always come from a bent leg and tap the toe and lift. And tap the toe and lift. Good. All right, let's go one more time. Inhale, reach the hip. and exhale. Good. All right, hold that leg up. Now we're getting into our glutes. We bridge up. And because your brain likes to think about external focus, think of your left leg reaching to the ceiling, keeping your elbows planted. That provides a little extra resistance, a little extra work for your right glute and down. And those of you that come to my classes, one of my favorite Linda-isms is no saggy tushies around here. Everything works better when our glutes are strong. Good. So really think as you push down into your right foot that you're truly lifting from your glute. We're not thinking ribs, keep them heavy. That's helpful having the band and the elbows down. It's a little more challenging to default into the low back and ribs. So it's a good little assister there. And let's do one more time. Press up and squeeze and bring it down. Nice work, everyone. All right. So take your band, if it got crinkled like mine, just give it a little bit of an opening. And I'm going to give you a choice. We're going to go into some chest lifts. One, keep your head down and you can grab your pillow and put the pillow behind your head. Two, you can use your hands behind your head for support. Three, because we've got this great resistance band, you can take the band, wrap it around to support your head like it's sitting in this hammock. And then you want to hold nice and close to your ears. So you've got lots of tension supporting the head. And then just lift your head off the ground and just practice letting your head really fall into the band. The trick is not to pull on the band and then strain the back of the neck. The focus is to let the head and the neck be supported, but it takes some thought for that. Now, just do a little tuck of your pelvis and an untuck. And one more time, a little tuck where you feel your low back lengthen to the mat and then an untuck. We want to stay untucked. Now, let your head come down. Take a breath in. Check your shoulders are down and back. Heavy head. As you exhale, focus on your upper abdominals, pressing your lower ribs down. Now, you're going to curl up and get to a point where your pelvis wants to tuck. That's where you stop. You're going to untuck your pelvis, let your head fall heavy and shoulders relax. And you're going to look towards the ceiling just a little ahead of you and then lift one more inch and then come down. Check that your pelvis is still in neutral. You're untucked. Shoulders are relaxed. Take a breath in. As you exhale, your upper abdominals press your lower ribs down. So that's where you're lifting from. Lift until your pelvis wants to tuck. Stop there. Reset your pelvis. Untuck it by letting your tail draw towards the mat. And then you're going to lift just one more inch. I'm basically thinking of where my knees are and looking to the ceiling more on that angle. So I'm not looking straight up, but I am thinking about a lift up. And then come down. Reset the pelvis. Shoulders down and back. Breath in. As you exhale, lifting from that point right at the bottom of your sternum. Pelvis wants to tuck. Stop there. Reset your pelvis. Take another breath in and go a little deeper through the upper abdomen. Arms are active, folks. If you're like, man, my arms are working, you betcha. And then all the way down. One more here. Breath in. Exhale. We curl up. You'll feel your pelvis tuck. Take a pause. Reset your pelvis. Relax your shoulders and lift. And come all the way down and stay. Remove the band. We're going to go into the 100. Your option again is to just leave the band out of it. We're going to bring your right leg, then your left leg to tabletop. Place the band as wide as you can over the shins, and then you've got some tension. So I'm grabbing just a couple of inches here, and then I pull down so there's tension. Option, keep your head down. Option, feet down, no band. Here we go. Inhale, chin nod forward. Back is strong, tummy's in. Exhale, curl up. You're pressing down, but you're still reaching with the arms. Start to pump, but stabilize your legs. Don't let the legs bounce. We breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, go deeper, 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 deeper. In. Head's getting tired, place it down. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just do 2 more breaths here because I know it's like, hey man, it's been Christmas. We've had 2 weeks off. And we'll go into our body kindly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach. And exhale all the way down. Take the band off your legs. Take your arms out to a T. You can do this with your toes on the floor or legs in tabletop. We're going to take your legs over only as far as your opposite shoulder blade stays down, and then draw belly to spine and come back. As you inhale, lift from your pelvis so your knees stay stacked side by side. Exhale, belly to spine to come back. Inhale, reaching over. That top knee stays in line with your bottom knee. And exhale, belly to spine and come back. Lifting from the pelvis as you inhale over. Exhale, belly to spine to come back. Now we're going to take your hands behind your head. Interlock your fingers. What's your option? Keep your head down. Take a breath in. Exhale, curling up. Relax your shoulders. Let your head be heavy into your hands. We're going to reach your left leg forward, rotate to the right, but just looking to the right ankle. Try and keep your right shoulder blade off the mat. Just the bottom tip of the shoulder blade touches. Come back to center. Extend your right leg and rotate. Come back to center. And now we put it together. We exhale as we rotate. Inhale to center. Exhale to rotate. Inhale to center. Exhale to rotate. Inhale to center. One more time. Exhale to rotate. Oh, God. There's that turkey. All right. And bring it down. Give your legs a hug and circle. Lovely. So we're going to do a little rock and roll to sit up. Band can be out of the way. If rolling on your spine is not appropriate for you, just roll onto your side and bring yourself up to a seated position. Otherwise, your hands are on your shins, your chin is tucked in, and we want to think round like a ball, because we all know that balls roll better than boxes. So keeping that scoop and rolling up. Good. On the next one, we're going to come all the way up and stay and balance, balance, balance. So if you got up on the other, by rolling onto your side, join us in this balance. Lift your chest up, your back is strong. Take your hands up behind your thighs. Use your arms to lift your chest and broaden through your collarbone. Take your knees a little bit apart. Option, straighten your legs. Shoulders down and back, back strong, belly to spine. You're breathing. Think about lifting yourself up. Your arms are active. Your back is strong. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. One more time. Looking good. What's your option? Stay with bent knees, toes to the ground. And then we bend our knees, bring our feet down, open your hips, and stretch forward. Awesome. Good. All right. So I want to do a little bit of wrist strengthening. So we're going to take your hands behind you. And again, we're going to work with progressions. So the first one is just to get that motion in the wrists, right? Just that stretch through the fingers. You know, I've been on my computer more than normal, and I can start to feel my hand wanting to turn into a claw. And so I reminded myself last night to stretch the hand and the wrists out. Right? If we spend all our time like this, yeah, everything's going to shorten. So we want to stretch that out. So you can just play with this. The next option is to push into the arms, lift your chest, and just lift your hips up. And then bring your hips back down. So you stand into your arms, you tighten your tummy, and you bridge up. Beautiful chest opening. Let your head go where it's comfortable. Letting it come back, look at the ceiling if that feels good is wonderful. It's part of a Pilates exercise. We're doing a modification. And we lift And we come down. Let's just do 2 more. Push into the arms. All my pickleball players out there, how are your forearms feeling? Because those can get pretty tight from grip, or golfers as well, right? The grip in the forearm from the wrist to the elbow can get really tight. So this, you might be feeling a lot of energy in your forearms here. And then we come all the way back down and stay. Good job, everybody. All right, so we're going to come into a straddle sit. Again, we want you sitting right up on your sits bones. So if this feels tight in your low back or in your hips, get your pillow and sit on your pillow. We're going to take our band, and we're going to bring it around the ribs. And again, if you don't have a band, it's just do it without the band. So we're going to go into soft. So we're going to take your arms out to the side. We rotate to the left. So I bring my right arm across, so it's reaching to my left toes. And then you want to hinge forward with the straight back, keeping your right hip anchored. This arm can be reaching back, but if you lose the tension on an angle with the band is okay. From here, you want to lead with your pelvis and come back up sitting tall and rotate back to center. Feet are flexed, spine is tall. We inhale, rotate. So you're bringing your left arm across to your right toes. As you exhale, you're reaching forward, but keep your left hip planted, coming up tall through your body and bring it back to center. Inhale, hinge. Notice my spine is staying long. It's not flexion, it's lengthening. And then come up tall and back to center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, kind of like a robot. We want to have nice, strong, clean lines here. And back to center. 1 more each side. Inhale. Exhale to reach. Inhale to come up. Exhale, center. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift tall. And exhale, center. And bring it down. Good. Place the band to the side. Turn it face forward and just sit in a nice little side saddle motion. We're going to take your right hand, because my legs are off to the right. A little cramp going on there. All right. Good. I'm going to put my leg the other way because the cramp is not wanting to go. All right. So nice and tall. Take a breath in. You're going to take that outside arm up and just stretch over. If this is too deep for the body, then you can always sit cross-legged and do this. Or if your calf is going nuts on you right now, just go into survival mode and deal with that cramp. Good. And over and bring it up. Good. And breath in. And bring it up. Let's go 1 more on this side. This is really nice. If you get tight across the top of your pelvis, this is a beautiful, beautiful stretch right through the QL in your obliques and bring it up. All right, so whatever side you're on, we'll switch to the other side. And we just let this arm relax. We come up with the breath, relax your shoulders, let your head move with your spine. Right, sometimes feel like, what do I do with my head? Well, wherever your spine goes, your head goes. And use your arms to open up through your ribs and then bring it up. And again, breath up. Exhale, side over. Oh, that's delicious. And bring it up. 1 more time. Up and over. And bring it back. Good. So one of the things we do in every class is we want to move our spine through all directions. So we've done flexion, we've done rotation, we've done lateral, but we haven't done extension yet. So we're going to head into that. So no band needed. We're going to come onto your stomach. And we're going to begin with your arms by your side. Now, we want you active through your arms, which means you're pressing your hands into your side. The elbows are straight. Your collarbone is wide. I've got my head just hovered so you can hear me. But if you're comfortable with your head slumped down, then you can start with your head down. Otherwise, your head is just with your spine. But in our setup, your collarbone is wide, your arms are reached. They might even have a little quiver as you're pressing into your thighs. We want to get your pubic bone gently pressing into the mat and your belly button drawn in. And all we're going to do is lengthen. So as you inhale, You're growing through your spine, through the crown of your head as you reach your arms down. Your lower ribs will stay in contact with the mat. And then you exhale, come down and let your shoulders relax and your head slump. So my head is turned so you can hear me, but your head is slumped. As you prepare, we draw the shoulders back, press your hands into your thighs, bring your head with the spine, and then inhale, reach. There's tension in the mid-back. There's tension in the back of the armpits. Your sternum and nose is lengthening forward away from your bottom rib, which is anchored to the mat. And then we come all the way down and relax. Broaden through the collarbone. Reach your arms, press them into your legs. And then as you inhale, lengthen. Just go deeper. Go deeper, broadening the collarbone, reaching the arms, lengthening through your spine, through the crown of your head. This is deep. Small movements are deeper work. Good job. You guys look awesome. And then bringing it down. And we'll go one more time. Broaden through your collarbone, lengthen through your spine, and reach with the breath. Just keep the breath flowing. Hard for me to give cues and cues breath. So as long as you're breathing, you're doing great. And then bring it all the way down and stay. Whew, good job. Place your hands under your shoulders by your ribs. Push yourself back for a shelf stretch. If you cannot kneel, you can just be off your knees. We're just going to rock forward and back a little bit. So we're just here right now if you're down on the knees. And we're just going to rock forward, open your hips. Go to where it feels good. And then press back. So if you're off your knees, you could also put a pillow under your knees. You're just going to come forward, a little more challenging exercise, of course, and sit back. And come forward, support the low spine with your abdominals. So that would be the knee off option. And let's go one more time. Open. And sit back. Good. Walk your right hand over to the left and just reach through the right side of your body, breathing into that expansion. And then walk your hands over to the other side and breathe. Come back to center, come to a seated position, sitting however it is comfortable for you, nice and tall through your body. Oh, I hope that felt good. Let's take a breath in. Wanted to get all of our joints moving, all of our body active, get those feel-good hormones going, generate our own internal body heat. And one more time, big breath in, up. Bring your hands together, exhale all the way down to heart center. And I thank you so much for joining me. I hope that felt amazing and wishing you all a beautiful day.